Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Mitch English. Our next guest is an entrepreneur, philanthropist, and author, Greg Lindberg's second book. It's called 633 Days Inside, Lessons on Life and Leadership. It explores what he discovered about the aging process during a very challenging time in his life. Greg joins us right now, and it seems like when we're talking about aging, there's only one thing that we're not promised, and that is time. And matter of fact, you actually, the inspiration behind this book is because of time. And I don't want to give too much away, but explain a little bit about 633 Days Inside. Inside what?
Well, I was wrongfully convicted and sentenced to a 7-year prison term, and I discovered the secret to aging and curing aging while I was locked up. And I thought I would share these secrets in writing a book about it. I think they could be very helpful to people in terms of how to quite literally reverse aging. I saw it with my own body, and I wrote a book about how just about everybody can tap these particular medical technologies and secrets.
And this is a before and after. Are we looking at right now?
That's right.
Okay, so you can see, obviously we all age, obviously. Imagine being put inside stress has a lot to do with this, I would imagine. But what did you come away from all of this? It's interesting because you think you would go after, like, you'd learn something or bring out a mission about, justice or whatever. You took out about how to make us to live productively and look better as we age, more or less. Am I in the right neighborhood there?
Well, exactly right. And it's actually more profound than that.
Okay.
If you, I had the time. I was doing time, so I had a lot of time on my hands. I read well over 1,000 medical journal articles, and all the latest technology breakthroughs and all the studies that the wonderful scientists have done have indicated one thing: that if you stop eating for a period of time, your body regenerates itself through a process of hormesis, which is actually the stress to the system from a lack of nutrients actually repairs your body on all levels. It repairs your brain, it repairs your skin. The Eureka moment for me, when I started doing 4 or 5 day fasts every week, I saw a hair grow out of my head that was gray on the tip and dark red at the base. I literally could see my hair, one strand of hair, go from gray, which was mostly gray. I'm almost 53 years old. My hair was 60, 70% gray, and now it's 80% red. And that was the Eureka moment for me, that I was on the right track, that if you simply eat on the weekends or eat 3 days a week, and the rest of the time you don't eat, your body will literally reverse its aging process.
Okay, now, they say 3 meals in a square, or cot rather, in your prison. Cot rather, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Okay, now, did that, while you're in there, you're like, is it healthy food? I mean, how do you say, well, I'm going to start eating healthy? Well, how do you, number one, when you're on the inside like that?
It's very difficult. The inmates in the federal prison system, I mean, the prison system does their best to try to feed people,
sure.
But I think if you work at it and you're focused and you make a lot of good choices, you can eat well. We did have a commissary where you can buy things from the commissary store, and fortunately there was a lot of fish on the commissary order. You had like 100 things you could order from the commissary, and fish is very healthy. It's low fat. It's got high in natural fats and oils it's low in unsaturated fats and high in the natural fats that you need. And so I was eating a lot of fish. We were able to get fresh fruit, a couple different things that were healthy to eat. And so I was able to make it work. I was able to do a 4 or 5 day fast every week and store up the food on the weekends and eat it.
All right, so you're telling me, Greg, basically how I take this in my life is like I'm going on a trip to New York. I could still eat healthy along the way. I don't have to eat the McDonald's. I don't have to give it an excuse, because here you are with your life saying, listen, I was in lockup and I was still able to do this. And not only that, be able to find out more about how to preserve my life and make it a little bit longer. Is that all part of the 633-day brand and your mission as well? Like, what will I get from this book?
My mission is to really help everyone unlock their inner greatness. When I was locked up, I saw, in 90% of my fellow inmates, I saw a greatness within them.
Okay.
Every single one of us humans has an inner greatness. And by the power of fasting and the power of hormesis, and by making smart choices in your life, I had a $360 a month commissary budget, and I was able to do this program. This program has cost you nothing. And I was able to eliminate my prescriptions. I had some heavy duty pre-Parkinson's medicine I was
Oh,
taking.
wow.
All those ailments completely gone. So this is the one prescription to get rid of all of your other prescriptions. And it's virtually free. $360 a month is what I did it with.
Okay.
Inside a federal prison. So this is everybody, if you make the right choices to unlock your greatness.
In your book, though, you have to, there's probably a tremendous amount of stress that goes when you're in lockup, and, especially when you first go in, and then it becomes part of your life and that sort of thing. Am I going to get something out of your book about that, like how that stress affects the way I feel, the way my self-preservation as well, as far as staying healthy? Is that a big part of it? Or does the food handle that?
Absolutely. And that's a very astute question, because if stress is positive, as long as it doesn't kill you. That's the concept of hormesis.
Right.
So going to prison was actually a positive experience for me. It didn't kill me. I came out. And same thing with starvation, same thing with cold exposure, same thing with mental exertion, same thing with exercise. All these things stress our body and they make us stronger. As long as you don't overdo it, you can starve yourself to death, you can work yourself to death, all these things. But if you go short, you go a 3-day fast, you starve yourself for 3 days, you work out for an hour. Those are all going to be very positive things on your life. And yes, prison was very stressful. It was very challenging on all kinds of levels, every single level.
Well, we're glad that you brought that information to our side of the bars, by all means. It sounds like it really can happen. And I know you're going to feel better just by making your body healthier. You're going to feel better altogether. Greg's got an incredible story. If you want to find out more, go to greglindberg.com. The book is called 633 Days Inside, Lessons on Life and Leadership. Thank you for joining us, Greg. We got more Flash coming up.